Hello guys, what is up? It is me, Roku, here bringing you guys another video finally, and today we are going to be doing the NCAA Division 1 Men's Ice Hockey Championships from 1894 to 1947. This is of course my version of it, and me and my mom calculated this based on winning percentage. So let's just get straight into this. So now what we're gonna dive into is the amount of championships won by each year. So as you see by the first year, John Hopkins Blue won 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw back then. They still have this in college ice hockey. Ties are a thing. Then you have the Yale Bulldogs, the Pennsylvania Quakers, 1897 to 1898, the Brown Bears were 4-1-1. Now, there was another team that had a similar winning percentage, but I chose the Brown Bears. Then you have the Yale Bulldogs, Harvard Crimson, 1900 to 1901, Cornell Big Red, and Harvard Crimson had a shared championship. Harvard Crimson, Harvard Crimson, Harvard Crimson, Harvard Crimson, Harvard Crimson, Cornell Big Red. Then in 1907 to 1908, Cornell Big Red and Williams Epps had a shared championship with a 4-0-0 record. Harvard Crimson, Pennsylvania Quakers, Cornell Big Red, Princeton Tigers, Dartmouth Big Green. Then in 1914, 1915, because there was no clear-cut champion, Harvard took it. Then Harvard Crimson. 1916 to 1917, no clear-cut champion, Yale Bulldogs. 1917 to 1918, UMass Minutemen. They had a different then, but here's the team now. 1918, 1919. Again, no clear-cut champion. Harvard Crimson. Harvard Crimson. Hamilton Continentals. Harvard Crimson. Boston College Eagles. Minnesota Golden Gophers. Yale Bulldogs. Minnesota Golden Gophers. UCLA Bruins. They were called something different back then, but I named it for the purposes of this video. Clarkson Golden Knights, Yale Bulldogs, Yale Bulldogs, Yale Bulldogs. Harvard Crimson. Then in 1932, 1933, there was a shared championship between the Minnesota Golden Gophers and St. Cloud State Huskies. Yeah. Then Hamilton Continentals, St. Cloud State Huskies, Clarkson Golden Knights, Harvard Crimson, Clarkson Golden Knights, 1938, 1939, St. Olaf Olies. Yep. Minnesota Golden Gophers, Boston College Eagles, Dartmouth Big Green, Dartmouth Big Green. 19, so I'm gonna put this into one. From 1943 to 1945, it was during the period of World War II, so not a lot of teams competed. And because of that, there were no clear-cut champions. So, in back-to-back years during the World War II era, Dartmouth Big Green took it. Then in 1945, 1946, Michigan Wolverines. 1946 to 1947 is the Colgate Raiders. So let's move on to the final part. Also, Harvard had the most championships with 22. So basically, from here, I saw that there were a lot of undefeated teams that won the championship, and this is pre the division tournament era, essentially. So, to start us off, we have the Philadelphia Quakers go from 1896 to 1897 going 1-0. Then in 1898 to 1899, the Yale Bulldogs won 6-0. Then in 1900 to 1901, the Cornell Big Red and Harvard Crimson went 3-0. Then from 1902 to 1903, Harvard Crimson went 10-0. 1903 to 1904, 6-0. 1904 to 1905, 10-0. 1905 to 1906, 501. Yeah, you have to include ties because there's no proper laws. Then you have 1906 to 1907, Cornell Big Red 2-0. 1907, 1908, Cornell Big Red and Williams Fs went 4-0. 1908 to 1909, Harvard Crimson 9-0. 1909 to 1910, Pennsylvania Quakers 2-0. 1910 to 1911, Cornell Big Red 10-0. Then we get to the post-World War I period. 1918, 1919, Harvard Crimson went 7-0. 1920 to 1921, Hamilton Continentals 10-0. 1925, 1926, Minnesota Golden Gophers went 12-0-4. Okay. 1926 to 1927, the UCLA Bruins went 6-0. Like I said before, they were called something different back then, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to call by the current name. 1939 to 1940, Minnesota Golden Gophers won 18-0 and 18-0. Then for the Dartmouth Big Green, from 1942 to 1945, they had undefeated season. 1942 to 1943, 14-0-1. 1943, 1944, 7-0. 1944, 1945, 5-0. Then to close out the era for this, for the before tournament, 1946, 1947, the Colgate Raiders went 14-0. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Yeah, Harvard, they were dominant in this era. So, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. All our legends in my book, as well as for me. I will see you on the next one. Take it easy and peace.